All right, this is Adelai Brown, your heart coach, getting ready to do Heart Talk on kinetichifi.com weekdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. All right, all right, all right. It is 12:32, and you are tuned into Heart Connections with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, on your community station with international inspiration, kinetichifi.com. This is Work It Out Wisdom Wednesday, and we are having us a great day. We're getting to know who we are. We're doing the steps. Oh gosh, I did not look it up. And okay, I'm gonna do it for the next time, y'all. I'm always doing so much in the studio in the daytime, but the who, what, when, where, why, and how of you. I feel like when we talk about wisdom and things of that, and when we talk about wisdom and working it out and being our best selves, many times we think that this is some type of external thing that we have to do, and we miss the whole idea that this is not something external, but this is something that we have to work on from the inside out. So as you figure out, you want to get this degree, you want to get married, you want to go to this place and you want to do that thing, remember, you need to make sure you know who you are. And that's what we've been talking about today. We're going to get more into that. Remember, Heart Talk is the talk portion of our show. This is where we come to renew our minds and restore our hearts. And this segment is brought to you by my new book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again. And you can pre-order your copy at theheartconnections.com. It will be released this month. I'm having a Help Save Me Mother's Day brunch that you can register for at theheartconnections.com. Also, we have some more events coming up that are going to span through Charleston and surrounding areas. So I'm looking forward to coming to a city near you. You can support the movement, join the movement, connect with me, Heart Connections. You can even donate to the movement, Heart Connections on the Cash App, The Heart Connections. We just want to make sure that people's hearts are being restored and being renewed. And a lot of times people miss out on it. A lot of times people don't really understand how important it is for them to figure out who they are. So we've talked about who you are, what you are, when and where you're going to be who and what you are. Now we're going to talk about why. Why and how. Why are you who you are? Why are you who you are? Do you know why? What I know is that many people don't know why. A lot of people do not know why. And that is why we get caught up and we're so distracted with other things in our lives. One thing I need you to understand is the Bible is a good guide to helping you figure out why you are who you are. When I was younger, I used to say, why am I like this? Why am I in this position? Why am I going through this? Why is this happening in my life? Why? Everything was why? Why am I this? Why am I that? And I never took the time to figure out the answer. Well, I didn't take the time to figure out the why, because in order to figure out the why, I would have to figure out the who. Who am I? Because if I know who I am, then I know why I'm here. If I am if let's say I'm a teacher and I don't and I'm in a classroom, if I don't know who I am, if I don't know I'm a teacher, then I'm going to sit down in the seat and expect somebody to come and teach me, but I'm the one that's supposed to be teaching the class. And that's what's happening in many of our lives right now. We don't know why we're doing what we're doing. We don't know why we are in these negative relationships. We don't know why we have these issues with our children or with our parents. These things have just always been there. We don't know why we can't get ourselves right financially. We just know I've just always been struggling. I don't know why I've always been struggling. Well, my family always argued about things like this. I don't know why we always argued about things like this. I just know we always argue about things like this. This has to stop. We have to get to a space where we're willing to get to know ourselves, even when it's uncomfortable. This is why I realize why media and social media and things of and just sit and everything like that. Pictures, people love this whole video phenomenon with people going live and stuff. It's such a big deal because people are so intrigued with everybody else. And I am convinced that people are so intrigued with everybody else because they are afraid to figure out who they are and why they do what they do. It's so much easier for me to pick up the phone and call my friend and talk about why did that girl just act so stupid on that reality show last night? Why were they doing that on Dynasty? Why was this taking place on Real Housewives of Orange County? Why are they acting like that? Why are they making such a fool of themselves? You can ask those questions about other people because those are rhetorical. You're never going to get the answer, but it allows you to shift your focus and to be distracted from your own reasons for why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you sleeping with that lady's husband? Why are you trying to mess with your best friend's wife? These are things you need to ask yourself. Why are you stealing that money? Because nobody will catch you? Why are you being so mean to your stepchild? Because you hate the fact that this particular child gets attention from your husband or gets attention from your wife that you feel is taken away from you and your children? Come on now. We have to be real. Why do you have to get that degree? Why do you have to get married right now? Why do you have to drive that car? Why do you have to do those things that you have to do? Get clear on these things. Get clear on your why. But you can't do that until you know the who. That's why I started off with who. I started off with who because I feel like too many times what happens is we're so worried about everybody else and we're so focused on the what and we miss out on the who. Who are you? When you know who you are, you'll know why you're doing what you're doing. Recently, I have been asking God, why am I doing this, Lord? What am I doing? I want to be on purpose. I don't want to waste my life away. Even if I can't make sense of it, let me know that I'm where you need to be. Why do you have me doing this? What is it that all of these W's I've been asking myself. Well, one of the things God told me is he wants me to teach why, because people need to be healed. And I know some of you are like, I had a few interviews as the show started, and I haven't had any interviews recently. It's because God is like, people need to be healed right now. And I'm going to bring some people on, and I have some other things I'm going to feature. I promise you, it's a lot coming. But I understand that I'm not just on this platform just to do what everybody else does on this platform. I am on this platform because I have a purpose. There's a why. And one of the biggest whys is what's going on right now, Heart Talk. For us to talk about your why. Why are you sitting at that desk listening to me? Didn't God tell you to get out there and start your own business? Or you may be out there holding on to a business that God told you to go and get up under somebody else and help them nurture and build their company. And in doing that, you can help build yours. But if you're not clear on who you are, you will never get clear on why you're doing what you're doing. And guess what? It's frustrating. It's frustrating to you and everyone around you. The problem with that is it's up to you to decide to figure out the why. It's up to you to decide to figure it out. You can't get mad at somebody else because they won't tell you what's wrong with you. You can't get mad with somebody else because they won't fix your issues. Oh, hold on, y'all. Jump ahead. Got ahead of myself. But that's I mean, if you know that song, then you know that song. If you know that'll be on next. But I want you to think about that today. I do. I want you to think about your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What I have found is I had a why when I started Be Blessed Daily back in November of 2015. That's the name of my company. And I worked for about a year and a half under Be Blessed Daily. The company name is still Be Blessed Daily, but we're now under Heart Connections because We're connecting. We're focused on healing, enlightenment, authenticity, revitalization, and transformation to connect you to the greatest form of yourself. That's why I get up and connect with you every day on Kinetic High Five and YouTube and Facebook and Periscope and Instagram and Twitter, wherever I can find you, and live and the village and whatever. But what I found is when I first started, I had a why, and that why has not changed, but it has been refined. My why was to help people and be a blessing to people, and that is still there. But what also was there was I had a lot of pride. I had a lot of self, a lot of dependence on myself and what I could do. I had a lot of pride in my own intelligence and my own knowledge and wisdom. And as I pursued and continue to pursue building this empire, creating this movement, I don't even want to say empire because then I think of something that grows and just sticks in one space. But I want this to be a movement that spreads. I mean, when I'm dead and gone, I want this to be around helping people. But what I found was a lot of it was so centered around me. It was so self-centered about me and what I wanted to do and how I wanted to get out there and how I wanted to be portrayed. And that's what brings me to the how as we get ready to close out this heart talk. When you know your why, it helps refine the how. And many of us are very busy running around doing a lot of stuff, but not getting anything done. It's because we're not taking enough time to focus on the why. And we can't focus on the why because it forces us to focus on the who. And the truth of the matter is, we don't love the who. We don't respect the who. We haven't invested enough time and energy in the who. We don't value the who of who we are. And that's why the rest of our lives are so, the other portions of our lives are so out of whack, where things look good on the surface, but we're so unhappy and there's so much turmoil in our relationships, and parents, you can't get along with your kids, and husband and wives can't get along with each other, and there's so much turmoil. But when you turn the camera on, everybody smiles and no filters. We love each other, good family, good times, praise the Lord. Dying inside. What is your why? I want you to think about it. Your why affects how you do what you do. And as my why has been reformed and refined, it's changing how I do what I do. I don't have to put myself out there because I'm trying to prove to people that I am the coach I say I am, or I am the author or the mother or the wife, all of the what's. No, right now, when I walk into a room, when I get on the air, when I get on social media, I feel the pain from others and I want to help them. I want to offer some form of solution because you keep seeing your problems. I know you do. And you don't know how to run from them because nobody's making the space safe. And refining my why shifted my how. And we'll talk about that in the last hour. This has been Heart Talk with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, on your community station, kinetichifi.com. Sometimes we have to speak to the storm. That's how we can figure out our why. Pay attention to the storms in your life. Let's let George O'Quinn help us with that. I told the storm right here with Heart Connections and Kinetic High Five. Make sure you pre-order your copy of the new book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again at theheartconnections.com. We'll be back with more. Stick around. All right, all right. Thank you for being here and checking it out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel below, like the video, and share with anyone that you think could benefit from it. Love you guys.